Hi, this is Willie Crawford, and I wanted to take just a minute of your time, well, actually probably more like 30 minutes of your time, to show you how I market on Facebook. A lot of the people that I work with and that I teach, they notice that Facebook is a huge social media platform. You know, it's got 1 out of every 7 people on the face of planet Earth, so we have somewhere between 7 and 8 billion people on planet Earth, and a lot of them are on Facebook. And so if you want to sell things, like I do and like a lot of my students do, the place to do that is on Facebook. And to be frank with you, one of the best ways to do it consistently is probably to spend money on Facebook ads if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can spend an awful lot of money before you really get the hang of it, and lose a lot of money too. And there are people who run Facebook ads and can't manage to break even. So I want to show you how I do it without spending any money at times, and how that could work for you too. The first thing you need to do is build an audience. And you'll see here that it says I have 4,992 friends. Facebook allows you up to 5,000 friends. And so I'm close to 5,000, have been for probably 7 or 8 years. And down here it says I have 3,573 followers. If you max out on friends and people notice you, then if they see that you can't have friends, some will just follow you. And that's a good thing too, because your friends and followers see some of your posts, and that's what you want. You make sales by getting people to see your posts and getting people to share your post. The way to get people to share your post is to make your post share worthy. That is, you post things that people are touched by, things that touch them emotionally, things that make them smile or laugh, or just touches their hearts, you know, songs, sayings, pictures, also things that get them maybe even riled up some, you know. There are people who use controversy as a way of building an audience. I try not to, but that's just my way of doing things. But what I do is I log into Facebook, and I go to my timeline, and my timeline shows other people's people that I follow, their stories. I may check some of those out, but as I scroll down, I look for things that I find touching or that grab my attention and that I think my audience would like. You know, like here's a puppy, and that would probably stop people who were scrolling my timeline and have them, you know, just watch it and like it and share it and things like that. So that's share worthy. This has gotten 114 comments and 9 people have shared it. And if I shared it, my audience would notice, and people on my audience would share it, and it would just keep growing. And so most people, they look at all the things on my timeline and they wonder, where am I getting these things from? Some are things that I purchase, or graphics and videos that I create. I do create quite a few videos that I put on YouTube and then share from YouTube to Facebook. But I also just scroll my timeline looking for things that grab my attention. Controversial topics that people care about, cute sayings. And when I say what I like, I look for the share button. And most will have share buttons. If one doesn't have a share button, what you can do with some of them, this one has a share button, but if you click on the picture, it'll take you to the original post. That post was shared by someone else without a share button. Then you would most likely would find the share button on the original post anyway. Like this post, I was on a post by my friend Charles, but Charles was sharing a post by Tiffany. So if I go back, you can see that this is Tiffany's post, but it's Charles is sharing it on his timeline, and it's showing up in my newsfeed because Charles is one of my friends. So sometimes you'll see something that doesn't have a share button beneath it. If you click through by clicking on the picture, you may find a share button over there because of the way the person that shared on their timeline shared it. It doesn't share the share button at times. So I just scroll through looking for people I know. Here's something about nail fungus, and that's an essential oil. I sell essential oil, so I might share that, you know, on a page rather than my timeline, though, because I have a page on essential oils and natural herbal remedies. So I'm just looking for things. I have on Facebook, probably about 20 different pages and 10 different groups that are active. And so when I say something that's a fit for one of my pages or one of my groups, I share it. That's how I get a lot of the content. I don't make up a lot of the content. I find things that other people share that if they strike me as share worthy for whatever reason, then I know that people on my timeline will see them, or in my groups or on my pages are going to share them too, or those things are going to resonate with others. And so, like my friend, who is this? This is Robert. Robert's sharing a birthday wish with Alfalfa, who used to be on the show The Little Rascals. And I think later he was played a detective. I can't remember what show it was, but this would have been his birthday. He died in 1959, actually 3 months before I was born. But Robert shares people's birthdays a lot on his timeline. So I follow him and I go over his timeline and see whose birthdays it is some days. But as I scroll through, I see things that grab my attention, and here's somebody making a joke about network marketing and Batman smacking Robin and saying he should focus on high ticket affiliate marketing or whatever. And here's somebody, Amy, sharing a recipe. I share a lot of recipes. I have a page devoted to recipes. I sell a cookbook. And so I want people following me that are into recipes, that are into sharing a lot of things that I share. And I share things in groups and on my timeline. Now, the thing you have to notice is that, I'll go to my timeline, that there are certain things that when you share them, you'll notice that the majority of people on your timeline, they share things that resonate with them, and most aren't there to buy things. They're there most of them, to surf, to just connect with their friends. Some people spend 4, 5, 6 hours a day on Facebook just surfing. They've constantly got their phones out, and they're just seeing what friends are saying, and they're just surfing, looking for stuff. And today they're looking for updates on COVID and all the other controversy that's going on in our world, all the drama. And I try not to feed people that too much, but I do share things like I saw this 23 minutes ago, and I shared it. This person's putting together a to-do list, which is humorous. Talks about making vanilla pudding and putting it in a mayo jar and eating it in public. So someone will think you're eating mayo and they'll be grossed out. Hire 2 private investigators and get them to follow each other. That's humorous. Wear shirts that say life, and then hand out lemons on the street corner. When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. And there's all of these. I thought they were all funny, where's that one? Simon. Change name to Simon and speak in third person, like Simon says. Or buy a parrot and teach the parrot to say, help, I've been turned into a parrot. I think those are funny. So I shared this, and I shared it 24 minutes ago, and already this shows that a handful of people have liked it. And, I shared something about female bodybuilders, and if people actually watch the video, they'd be somewhat inspired actually by some of the people. But when they first see the cover photo, whoever posted this to YouTube, they picked an image that they thought would stop people in their tracks as they scroll through their YouTube timeline. When you upload a video to YouTube, you can set the thumbnail. So people set thumbnails they think will grab attention, and that works. This was a video, for example, on YouTube that I shared from YouTube, and it talked about the longest snake in the world who eats a whole deer. Well, most of the video is about different things in Indonesia, but then one shows a snake actually stalking and swallowing an entire deer, a live deer, catching it, And this is a promotion. This is Alice is selling private label rights packages, and she gives her affiliates permission to give away a sample packet, and when someone goes to get the sample packet, they are offered the opportunity to purchase a larger packet. And that's what this is all about. So people will see this, and only a few, small percentage, because only a small percentage are going to respond to ads. So people teach formulas like for every 5 or 10 posts you make, you can sprinkle one advertisement in there, and it won't be too in your face for the people following you. I say, people that know me know that I sell things on Facebook, so why not show them that I sell things? So a lot of my posts are selling things directly. But I do that more in my Facebook groups and on my pages, where they're dedicated to a very specific topic, and not my wall is for relatives and friends and business associates and people who noticed something that was shared from my timeline to other people's timelines. So they come over to check out me because they like something I shared and they follow me. So it's reaching a broader audience. And so, you know, I saw this, Nicolas Cage is saying, hey, Alanis, what kind of pan is this? And Alanis has a song called Isn't It Ironic? So isn't it iron as an iron pot pan? And then Nick, don't you think? That's the lyrics for a song too. So people, they groaned and some liked it and they shared. And so I thought it was funny. Like CF, my friend, she posted this graphic, which I thought was funny, but you know, that in itself got 3 people to like it, you know. And so this is how you get people to engage with you on your timeline. And, you know, I share a lot of pictures of foods, some exotic, some not that exotic, but people respond to them, you know. Here I asked someone to caption this. It's a fence in front of a yard with a gate with no fence, you know. So this I posted 4 hours ago. It's gotten 35 comments and 4 shares. So that shows people are engaging with this, and it brings people back to my timeline where every now and then I'll notice an advertisement I posted. Here's one that was first shared by my friend David Perdue 23 hours ago. I reshared it, and I've had just 3 engagements and 1 comment, but more people will relate to it. And some are, the message is too subtle and people haven't responded to it yet. But this is how I sell on my timeline. Now, this was a Zoom webinar I hosted where I introduced some of my followers to a person who connects people who need money with people, financiers, people who provide money, either lenders who lend anywhere from a couple $100,000 up into the billions of dollars. And these lenders come from a variety of sources, everything from funds, you know, the investment funds, to private investors, to charities, to all kinds of groups of people. And some of these groups of people, some of these individuals have billions, quite literally billions of dollars at their disposal. And the guy I featured in this talk or this interview, he shared what those people with all the money are looking for. Like they're looking for viable projects, you know, projects that are likely to be successful, and also projects often that they view as having, providing a social good. They don't want to fund things that they think are going to cause more harm than good to the world. So I interviewed this guy and I recorded it and I share that in other places now, but I was inviting people on my timeline to let me know if they wanted access or wanted to be live on the interview, and they did. And I later thanked people who joined the call, and I told them I now have a recording available if they'd like to access it. And so this was selling. This is self-selling. It's selling people on tuning into my Zoom call, and on the back end, if the guy connected people to the money, if he connects somebody to $1 billion, there'll be some finder's fees involved, and they may offer me a finder's fee for connecting people. I am a connector, and I get paid for doing that. I'm a joint venture broker. I get paid for helping people to find other people to promote their product. This was where I shared a friend had passed away, a friend who was on the streets when I last saw her months ago. And then I found out a day ago, another friend told me that she'd passed away. And so I shared that, and people could relate to that and offer their condolence. And I shared it for a number of reasons, including the fact that this person was homeless, and the way she died, a lot of other people could resonate with. And so it shows people on my timeline that I'm human, that I have feelings, that I care about other people. And it also allows you, you know, people that connect with you, they follow you, they stick with you, you talk to them. And I find that most of my selling on social media is to people who do resonate with me. You know, if I post about a specific topic and someone responds, I may go to, like this one's sort of cute, so a lot of people like that and passed it along and everything. But people who like what I post and resonate with it, to me, that's also an invitation to start a conversation with them, maybe. So if someone sees me mention something and they're interested in it, they're going to give me a thumbs up or say something positive about it. I may, because they're my followers, go to Facebook Messenger just by clicking on their name. If I click on their name, it's going to bring up their profile. Then I click on message, and I can send them a private message, thanking them or asking them if they'd like more information on whatever it was I posted about. That's how I do that, very subtle. I also have numerous Facebook groups. If you go to home, under the home menu, you have groups and you have pages, and I can click on pages and then pull up my pages, and all the pages that I have would show up. See, pages, my internet's a little slow, and I click on your pages. Most of these, all of these are my pages. Some of them aren't very active, but like I said, I have a page on natural herbal remedies and essential oils. I have one, this was initially created to tell people about giveaways. This one's where I share tips on marketing, on more specifically online or internet marketing. And I've started a lot of them that I don't do much with anymore. This was Gardening with Willie, where I created it to share gardening tips. My wife and I grow our own fruits and vegetables and things like that organically, and so I like sharing that. I have some groups over here. This group is a private Facebook group for people interested in ranking and renting websites. So I teach inside a membership site how to purchase a domain name and rank that, build a website or a very simple website on the domain name, rank it near the top of Google, and then approach business owners who could benefit from the traffic that steps in front of the Google ranking. And so I reach out to those business owners and I say, I rank #1 for your city plus beauty salon or whatever, or plastic surgery or whatever. And I ask them if they'd like to rent my website. And a lot of them, it's the cheapest form of advertising they could probably get. It's very targeted. Somebody who types a search term into Google, a lot of times they're looking to purchase something. So if I rank for the search term they have, it's logical for them to check it out, and it's logical for a business to pay me for my traffic. So that's how I do that. And this private Facebook group here is where I teach people. I have a membership site where I teach people, the Facebook groups where the members can go to interact with each other, because in the membership site itself, I don't have a means for them to interact. It's just where I post lessons, and then the group is where they can talk. This one, Total Freedom, is a private group I started where I basically share with people ways that I started actually years ago, but setting up for retirement. I'm 61 years old now, and I don't want to work the rest of my life. So I show people how to buy things for pennies on the dollar, how to actually quite literally spend money out of thin air, and that sounds sort of woo-woo, but it's not woo-woo. If you own a business, I don't know, own a restaurant, and you need $10,000 to make some minor improvements in your restaurant, what do? You sell $10,000 worth of gift certificates. When you sell those $10,000 worth of gift certificates, you get the money right away, and you don't have to thing to anyone until the gift certificates are redeemed. And part of the time, they're never redeemed. Gift certificates are given to other people who move away, who put them in the back of drawers, who never use them. But until they do redeem the gift certificate, you have an interest-free loan for the amount of that money. So that's not even a very big concept that I teach within that group. But that group, I can sell things to. It's my group. I make the rules. Anyone can have a group on Facebook, and you can make it public or private. I have numerous groups that are private groups. And that's one way I monetize Facebook, actually, is I have private groups that are only for people who purchase specific products from me. So I say, if you buy this product through my affiliate link, because I'm an affiliate marketer, I get paid a commission for selling things sometimes, buy through my link, and I'll put you in a group of other people, and where I further discuss this topic, and maybe I bring in, if it's an affiliate product, maybe I bring in the product creator. And so we keep an ongoing discussion, and we continue to teach people and answer questions and come up with new concepts around the topic of the product. That's how I use Facebook to sell more products than the average affiliate does, actually, because if you have affiliates, which are people selling a product for a commission, a lot of products, when they're launched, your subscribers or your audience members know that lots of people are selling the same product. And so the question becomes to them, who do I want to buy the product from? And the answer is often, well, who's going to give me a bonus to go with the product? And then, so they do what we refer to as bonus shopping. And they're asking who has the best bonus. And so I have to go out of my way to make sure I have some of the best bonuses around. And so my bonus can't be just an ebook or an audio or a video that 1,000 other people are giving away. So I make unique bonuses, sometimes training that I do myself, recordings I do myself. But I like unique things. You can also take a private label rights product, of course, a video, an audio, an ebook, or whatever, and you could edit it, give it a new name, give it new graphics, make it your own, and then you can sell that product, or you can give it as a bonus, but you need something unique as a bonus. So I do that on Facebook. I also, I'm talking about free ways of advertising on Facebook. Facebook doesn't like you posting links from certain places on Facebook. They will block those links. There's several ways to get around that. One way is to their software that doesn't allow Facebook to follow the link, the URL you post, to its final destination, which is the target product, the affiliate product that you want people to notice. So like if I just cloak a link using something like Bud URL, a tiny URL, Facebook will parse that link and look at where it's pointing to. And so they will see that Bud URL dash whatever to whatever, or bit.ly whatever, that it points to a specific site and that it goes through maybe a specific affiliate network or platform. And Facebook will often block those links. So there's software that can get around that. But another easy way to get around it is what I do is I post sometimes on LinkedIn, and this is a post I made on LinkedIn that I just made a little while ago. But after you make a post on LinkedIn, I posted this as an article, which gave me a picture and a title, and then I put the body, and in the body I included links to 2 products I wanted to promote or get people to take a look at. And if I had links to things that Facebook would have blocked, this would be the ideal place to put that, because when I share this link from LinkedIn by clicking on share, in this case on Facebook, it's going to default to on my timeline. And the topic is 2 quick free ways to find personal contact information, plus my favorite tool for contacting someone hard to reach, or sometimes hard to reach people. And I'm pointing out a tool that I've used to reach celebrities, politicians, but big business owners and people like that. And that's what this article shares. And so I put it on LinkedIn because LinkedIn has a lot of people who want to reach decision makers, CEOs, and people like that. And so they will see my article. But if I put something that Facebook would block on there, then I would want to share it from LinkedIn to Facebook. And I can share it from LinkedIn to Facebook, and I can share it to my newsfeed or story. In this case, I'm going to share it to both, my newsfeed and my story. But I could also, from the drop-down menu here, see I could share it on a friend's timeline, in a group, in an event, or on a page I manage. But again, I'm going to share it on my timeline and newsfeed. And I could add some extra words here. And I actually will put, go check this out. Let's please check this out. And a lot of times I would put more more incentive or more reason why they want to, but I'm just shooting a quick video, or I intend to be a quick video, on how I get people to notice things that I have for sale on Facebook without paying for the traffic. So I post this to Facebook. And it's slow. Okay, so that is now posted to Facebook. I could close this window, and you can see this post on Facebook has just a title. It's got 2 links. One link is actually, this post is intended to get people to look at a video I have on YouTube and to get them to go to a site. That's the purpose of that post on LinkedIn. It's also the purpose of the post on Facebook, where I want people to go over and I want people to go from Facebook to LinkedIn and read the post, but I can make that same post directly to Facebook because there are no links to Facebook with a block. So that's how I get people on Facebook to notice things I have for sale. You know, the majority of people on Facebook, again, aren't there saying, well, what do I want to buy today? Let me look for something to buy. But if they resonate with you, they trust your judgment, they know, like, and trust you, as we say in some circles, why wouldn't they take a recommendation from you? It's like standing in your backyard and talking to a friend, and you say, oh, I've got this terrible problem with mole crickets in my lawn. They say, well, here's how I get rid of mole crickets. And you say, well, how? And you listen to their recommendation. So that's all, to me, a recommendation is on my Facebook newsfeed, and indeed in some of my groups and on my pages too. But that's how I market on Facebook. It's not an exact science. And I use pictures a lot too. You know, this is one of my most liked pictures on Facebook. It's a picture of me in the Philippines hanging out with my niece. I shared this in numerous places I have. Here, I shared the picture, but I was using it to recommend a product. See, I did this, I was in the Philippines in December of 2019, but on July 22nd of 2020, I shared this picture, and then I made a post recommending a product I wanted to check out. And people indeed checked out that product, and this was during an affiliate sales contest that I actually placed in. I was in the top whatever. So I won a prize for promoting the product. See, and I got people to engage. People responded. What stopped them, though, you have to get their attention first. So what stopped them was the picture of me hugging a little girl who did get quite attached to me while I was over there, and has since sent me, you know, notes and videos and stuff like that, or her mother has. It's my nephew's daughter, but the picture is what I wanted to show. I use photos a lot. If I click on my photos, you can see I have lots of albums with different purposes. Where's my albums here? These are all profile pictures I've used. It shows videos. This shows Philippine Tour 2019 through 2020. 45 pictures in that album. This is my 60th birthday, 22 pictures in that album. All these I shared on Facebook at different times. This is me hanging out at the Playboy Mansion in Beverly Hills, 24 pictures. This is growing plants on my back deck in a different house before I moved where I'm at now, and I didn't really want to click through to it, but I just showed people pictures of the plants growing on my back deck, and how I had, I don't know, this is papaya trees and me holding my granddaughter and showing the trees like way above my head and all this other stuff. I show, you know, okra plants bigger than I am, things too, but people resonate with us. I show how we grew avocados from seeds, things like that. And you share these things on Facebook, people stop, they take a look at those, and they look around at you, who you are, what you're about. They feel that they know you, and every now and then you just recommend something that you honestly believe in, and you ask them to go take a look at it. A lot of people, you know, read your promotion and they may not think to click through, but if you say, why don't you go take a look, or please take a look, or please share this with your friends, they will do those things for you if they like you. And sometimes even if they don't like you, if they still think that whatever you are offering will help their friends. So this is really, I've been a little long-winded, but this is how you market on Facebook without paying for advertising. Another thing you could do is when you post, some posts on your pages in particular, you can boost, and it'll cost you like maybe $10 to boost a post. What that does is the Facebook algorithm only shows your post to a certain percentage of the people that follow your pages or your on your timeline even. And when you boost a post on a page, it shows it to more people who are following that page. So you get a greater, you get more eyeballs on your offer. This is really, let me stop so I can edit this rambling slightly and then post it to YouTube where I can share it back on Facebook. Thanks for listening.